Hi friends, welcome back to my channel SciTech. In today's video, I'd like to talk about the review of the Oneplus Nord 2 after using more than 7 days of usage. Yes friends, it's been 7 days of using the Oneplus Nord 2 device, and in this video I'll try to cover all the topics regarding the how is the performance, how is the display, how is the camera, battery charging, build quality, and what is my final conclusion on this Oneplus Nord 2 device. Is it worth of buying or not? So try to watch till the end of the video, don't try to skip, because I'll try to explain each and every small details about this phone. Is it worth of spending this much of 30,000 rupees on this Oneplus Nord 2 or not? So first thing is obviously the price. The price of the Oneplus Nord 2 right now, it's available for about 29,999, as you can see friends, without using any bank covers. This is exactly the price. So for this kind of price, what we are getting? So we are getting the Dimensity 1200 performance in this Oneplus Nord 2 device. So in terms of the performance wise, I'll try to explain you pretty clear one thing. The performance of this phone depends upon the settings what you are using. Yes, so there are two settings which are available. One is the battery, which is a high performance mode. So you need to use a high performance mode, one thing, and second is a RAM boost. These two will change a lot of the performance in this Oneplus Nord 2. If you're not aware of this kind of settings, then definitely you will be experiencing a little bit kind of less performance and total lag issues while playing the games as well. So try to use these features, which is additional settings, which is a RAM boost option as well. So when you use these two options, only then you can actually experience full potential of the Oneplus Nord 2. Yes, so during my 7 days of usage, I did upload close to I think 100 videos on this Oneplus Nord 2, and I did do plenty of gaming reviews and plenty of gaming tests on this phone. So this is what I did understand. So Dimensity 1200 processor is good, but in this phone you need to use high performance mode and RAM boost to get that kind of full throttle of this Dimensity 1200. That's the one thing you should definitely understand in the Oneplus Nord 2 device. So in case if you want to talk about the another benchmark scores, what are the another benchmark scores? 6,70,000 is the another benchmark score in the Oneplus Nord 2. Yes, 6,70,000. You heard me correct. So this is possible only if you use the high performance mode and RAM boost. Without that, you cannot get this kind of high score. I'll try to explain you clearly. I did do the initial. This is a day one of me doing the another benchmark test. Day one. 5,88,000, as you can see, without using any high performance mode, without using any RAM boost, because on the day one I am not aware of those kind of options. So but later I started to use this kind of options, and I can definitely see a lot of impact in terms of the performance. As you can see how much it got increased, 6,70,000 it went. You can see the CPU and the GPU, how much it got raised. You can see friends clearly. But that will definitely rise in the temperatures as well. That's another thing you should definitely remember. If you want high performance in the phone, you need to compromise with the temperatures and the battery life. Yes, two things you need to compromise ultimately. You did see the live proof what has happened when the temperature increased by 2 degrees more than the common, as you can see. And this is another CPU throttling score which I'm trying to show you regarding the performance graph. As you can, this is how the graph looks in this Oneplus Nord 2 device. So while gaming, what is the performance? So I did play a couple of games like the Battlegrounds mobile game and the Genshin Impact and Call of Duty other games. But during the Battlegrounds mobile game, the FPS drop test, I did not notice much kind of drops. It went up to I think low of 53 and 54 FPS drop in the boot camp. You can check those videos. And during the Genshin Impact, I did see the very low performance. Even after enabling this kind of option, high performance and RAM boost, the lowest FPS it went up to 33, 36 FPS. Yes, if you don't want to believe me, try to check this video as a proof I am trying to show you. In this video, I did play the game for about 15 minutes only. Only 15 minutes I played. In the beginning, the FPS was about 50 FPS, and later it decreased to 45 FPS, and from 45 it went to 40 FPS, and after I think end of the test it went up to 33 and 35 FPS. You can see how the FPS is decreasing in this phone. So performance may not be constant for the long time usage. That's the one thing you should definitely remember in the Dimensity 1200 chipset. That's the one thing about the performance wins. Overall, for the day-to-day task, you won't feel any kind of difference, nothing at all. This phone can handle 20 applications in the background RAM management without any issues, no problem at all. So the phone has got issues with the games. So games loading more than 5 applications is an issue, but I don't care about the games because we do care only about the applications, right? Which we use more now in the day-to-day task. That is the reason. So multitasking is good. So day-to-day performance, you won't feel any kind of difference. But while gaming, try to use high performance, try to use the RAM boost to get full throttle of the Oneplus Nord 2. So overall for the 30,000 rupees, I would say kind of okay on this mobile phone just for the price only, because we did see similar kind of performance in the Realme X1 Max for the less price, so which is kind of less, close to 4 to 5,000 of price range, but still that's a different UI and different experience. So that's different case. Now let's move to the next phone. Next is a display. In terms of the display segment, I can say one thing in the display. Display is kind of average, I would say. You cannot expect like huge difference or nothing. It's kind of pretty normal. What we see in the other OnePlus phones, same kind of display and same panel as well in this phone. So all the panels, fluid AMOLED panel, and only the refresh rate is 120 Hz. The display is lot compromised, I would say. Display, 90 Hz refresh rate, and you're getting touch sampling rate only 120 Hz in this phone by default. The phone has got 180 Hz, but by default you will get only 120 Hz. That's another thing compromising. And low screen flickering issue, that's not big issue, I would say. That's kind of thing which you should know. That's low screen flickering. And fluid AMOLED panel, come on friends, I'm not sure. I think from past 1 to 2 years we are using same fluid AMOLED panel only. There's nothing changed. So a lot of other companies, they are trying to implement different panels to improve the colors and everything, but still we didn't see any kind of display enhancement in this phone. So totally I'm really disappointed with the display. Not only the display, even there's an option which is called the video color boost. Still, even though after using this color boost, I cannot see much kind of difference. I cannot see it all. So in the display segment, I'm totally disappointed in the display. But for average user, you should not be worried at all. No, I'm disappointed because you are paying 30,000 rupees and other phones are offering more options than this phone. That is the reason only I'm disappointed. If you take the Realme X1 Max 360 Hz, you are getting Mi11X 360 Hz touch sampling rate, POCO F3 GT 480 Hz touch sampling rate, and those phones are having 120 Hz refresh rate. That is the reason only I'm disappointed. So I don't have any problem, but depending upon the surrounding all the phone categories, I'm disappointed in the display segment, not improving a lot. Even the OnePlus Nord C has also got same thing. There should be some kind of difference. At least the refresh rate should have been 120 Hz, but that's another case. But still, the touch sampling rate is another thing which is quite disappointing. So display segment, I'm not that happy comparing with other phones. If you compare OnePlus to OnePlus, you won't feel any difference, no problem. But if you compare to other phones, you will definitely feel the difference. So next is the camera. So camera is the one which is kind of, I would say, okay. The reason I'm saying okay is because the main thing I did like the back cam, which can shoot really very good night mode shots. Night mode shots, one of my favorite phone right now altogether. Yes, this is my favorite phone, which has got really very good night mode shots. You won't believe me friends unless you use the phone, but it's really good night mode shots, excellent. And back camera is also no problem at all. Back cam, I'm kind of impressed only more with the night mode shots. Back cam, I'm not that impressed, but it was really good. Not that bad experience, nothing at all, but it was really good. So when comparing with other phones, so only the night mode shots you will feel a lot of difference most of the time. Even the back camera shots also no issues at all, and you can actually zoom in very close to the subject as well. As you can see, there's a AA zoom also available in this phone. You can actually zoom very close to the subject. And one more thing, the front cam looks kind of okay, I would say. Front cam is another thing which kind of not impressed. Not only me, a lot of other users also gave the same kind of feedback on this phone regarding the front cam. So in terms of camera wise, I was kind of okay. So night camera shots were 100% super good in this phone. Night mode shots, that's fantastic. And video camera, you can record only up to 4K 30 FPS only in this phone. That's another drawback is there at this moment. 4K 30 FPS, you cannot record more than that. As you can see, there is no 4K 60 FPS. That's the one thing you should definitely know before actually buying. Let's check what is the slow motion, how much you can actually record the slow motion slots. So yes, 780 and 1080, not bad. So 1080 and 720 you can actually record, but there is no FPS, 120 FPS or 960 FPS. I cannot see any kind of slow motion mentioning any kind of number, but still you can record up to 1080 and 720. So that's the one thing. And regarding the camera, these are the few facts you should know before actually buying the device. So next, battery and the charging. The charging speed is very good. So some users, they are getting charged within 25 minutes. But for me, it's taking about 27 minutes, 28 minutes in my device. That's the one thing you should definitely know. So in terms of the battery backup, I'm quite a little bit kind of disappointed because I did do the Battlegrounds mobile battery draining test in this phone, I think a couple of days back, and the battery drained very faster than the other phones. That's the one thing which I did observe in this OnePlus Nord 2. Battery at this moment, I think it's not that optimized. Maybe the software needs a lot of optimization. I do know this is still 1 week phone only, so we do require some kind of time. We should use some kind of time for the phone to get settled with the screen on time and everything, to get the stable updates, stable battery backup. So I'm going to show you the couple of screen on time how much I got. This is the average usage only. 6 hours and 41 minutes I got on one day, and on next day I think 7 hours and 17 minutes. This using a couple of watching the movies and watching videos. That's how I got the most screen on time. Other than that, nothing. And 4 hours and 39 minutes for the 30%. You do get like clarity, right? So overall you can expect up to I think 5 to 7 hours of screen on time you can expect in the OnePlus Nord 2. 5 to 7 hours. I'm trying to say 5 to 7. It can be vary depending upon the usage, the battery and the charging rate. And next is a build quality. So build quality, it's no problem at all, friends. Build quality, apart from the missing 3.5mm jack, that's quite normal nowadays. So apart from that, I don't have any kind of issues. Not much vibrations on the back side as well. No issues at all on the build quality. And the blue color is not that fingerprint attraction. It doesn't attract much of the fingerprints at all on the back side as well. And I do get the same kind of experience as using the OnePlus 9R device. Yes, I did use the past OnePlus 9R, same kind of blue color. So now I'm getting same kind of experience. Nothing much difference in terms of the build quality in this phone. So to be frank, we do have the vibration and silent mode switch as well, which is missing in the OnePlus Nord CE, but it looks kind of premium. Yes, it's good, the build quality. And next is the connectivity. I forgot to mention the connectivity. The phone has got the 5G bands, up to 6 5G bands, and Wi-Fi 6 is compatible in this phone. So even the Wi-Fi also not that issues, even the 4G also not many issues in the connectivity. So you should not have any kind of major problems in the OnePlus Nord 2 regarding the connectivity wise. And my final conclusion, what is the final conclusion about this phone? How do you feel? How is the haptic feedback? Yeah, I forgot to mention haptic feedbacks was not bad. It was good. Same like the other OnePlus phones. I do have the OnePlus 8T. Same like the other OnePlus phones as well, the haptic feedback. And even the loudspeaker are also pretty loud, no issues. And the final conclusion, what do you think about the 30,000 price for the OnePlus Nord 2? I would say for this kind of price, we'll get the one biggest advantage is software updates. Yes, the only one thing which I like in this phone is the software update, which is one of my favorite, because as soon as the OnePlus sends any kind of updates, you'll be receiving on the same day. You don't need to wait for days and weeks, in some case months. You don't need to even wait. Yes, friends, that is fact. So right now, as soon as the OnePlus releases the update, I'll be getting all the comments in my channel, all the videos. So OnePlus Nord 2 just released the updates. As soon as I read the comments, every time I used to check software updates, and then immediately I used to get the software update without any kind of delay. But whereas in the Realme X1 Max and in the iQOO 7 device and other phones, the software used to take a lot of time. So till 10 days it had happened. I think 10 days or maybe 8 days of time. Realme X1 Max, till now I did not get the software update in this phone. No, I did not get that. And iQOO 7, it's been close to 20 days, I think so, in the iQOO 7 device. Till now I did not receive the software update, which few of the users received. That is my point. Only few users received the software update, not everyone. But in case of the OnePlus Nord 2, most of the users will receive on the same day itself. That's the one consistency in terms of the software updates. So if you want to trust the software updates, if you want to use for long time usability the phone, then better buy the OnePlus Nord 2. For long time usability and software updates are really consistent in this OnePlus Nord 2 device. Yes, that's the one thing you can definitely 100% confident on when you're trying to buy the OnePlus Nord 2. And next, for 30,000 rupees, only one thing I'm quite disappointed in the refresh rate and touch sampling rate. Apart from that, I'm not disappointed in any way, but the performance. So only if you use the high performance only, you can experience this kind of highest level performance levels. I'm not sure why it has happened like that. So whereas in the Realme X1 Max, without using any kind of settings as well, the phone was able to perform at its peak level. Yes, without using any kind of settings at all. You don't require anything. But the OnePlus Nord 2 will perform only if you use the high performance mode. That's the kind of one thing which not all the users will be having this kind of idea to increase the performance mode every time. So this is one thing you should definitely understand that. But overall, I think for 30,000 rupees right now, there here and there small UI bugs is there, still is going on. I can definitely understand it's a week one of using, and OxygenOS and ColorOS is the first phone. So maybe it might take some time to settle and everything to fix all the bugs, but as soon as there's a problem, it will get fixed as very faster. Yes, this Amazon Prime HD problem is going on in the OnePlus Nord 2, and the problem is fixed within 1 week of getting the phone. I think within 6 days. I think maybe yesterday or day before yesterday, the problem got solved in this phone. So my point of saying is that the OnePlus Nord 2, you can definitely trust on the software updates and fixing all the problems maybe in the future. That's the one thing you can definitely rely on that. But the performance, when compared with the Snapdragon 870, you will experience little bit less, and stability also little bit less will decrease in this phone, and high temperatures you will be experiencing in this phone. Display is not that impressed when compared with other phones. When I'm talking about comparing with other phones, if you don't compare, you will be very happy. The moment you start using other phone, for example, POCO F3 GT, once if you try to use the POCO F3 GT display, and after that if you watch your own phone OnePlus Nord 2 device, you will feel the difference. Not only watch, if you try to use this phone, the smooth and the speed, how you get the touch sampling rate and everything, refresh rate and everything, the moment you use, then you use the OnePlus Nord 2, you will feel the difference. If you don't use other phones, if you use only OnePlus Nord 2, you may not feel any kind of difference. just try it. Just try other phones and you'll be able to experience the difference. So display is the one only I did feel a lot of disadvantage. That's it. Apart from that, there's nothing much major thing. So software updates is the strongest point for this OnePlus Nord 2. In case if you're planning to buy for the next 3 to 4 years, you can definitely trust and you can buy the OnePlus Nord 2 without any kind of problem regarding the software updates. So thank you for watching this video, friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay tuned for more updates. In case if you want to download this live wallpapers, check the playlist of the live wallpapers so you can download easily. See you in the next video, friends. I think until then, stay tuned for more updates. Meanwhile, signing off. Bye.